Still posting and praying? Here are the metrics that every content creator and business owner should be tracking in order to grow your brand. This video, I'm super excited because we're going to be talking about metrics and how you can use this data to help you in your marketing strategy so that way you can get more engagement and sales. Hi, my name is Amanda. I've been a freelance social media manager since 2020, and since then I've helped my clients go from zero to $30,000 a month, and from no followers on TikTok to 140,000 followers. Okay, so why do metrics matter? I feel like a lot of brands, content creators, business owners, they always forget to track their metrics. I think I was talking to a health coach a couple weeks ago, and they were like, "Oh, I never track my metrics or anything like that." And this is going to be so important for you guys. Oh my gosh, I just like cry every time I hear this, honestly. So like if you are not tracking your content, then like how does that help you? Like, I was talking to the health coach and I was like, you probably tell your people like, hey, track your diet, track your fitness and stuff like that, right? So you need to do the same thing with your marketing. And, if you don't have time, that's where I come in and can help you track your data. Biggest reason why you want to do this is because you can repost that content, like if it's like a reel that trended a year ago, it's probably going to trend as well this year if you post it at the right time. And then the other thing is basically, if you're not tracking, then how are you going to know what people are interested in? So for instance, if you just post like on the spot, and like let's say it's something about you know you're a content creator in the health space and you're posting content about your night routine, and then that got the most engagement than every other post, then you probably should create like maybe a little mini series about your night routine and things like that. So that's going to be really, really key. And I feel like a lot of brands are not doing this, is to track the content, repost that content, and then how do you like analyze it and create more content based off that. Like you could do a whole series about your nighttime routine, or like if you're a business owner and you're just posting like a day in my life, or like if you're a realtor and you're posting day in the life, and then someone comments about this one area, neighborhood and stuff like that, and if all those comments have the same question, then you should be having a series about that neighborhood. And so this is something I feel like not a lot of people are doing, and they're losing so much money. They're like not even using this data like to their full potential. So this is my biggest reminder to you. Probably asking what metrics should you be tracking, and this honestly depends on um your brand and like what's part of your marketing. So basically, if you're a blogger, you should be absolutely tracking your website traffic, and where you can be getting that website traffic. Like, are you creating videos on top of the blogs? Are you posting those blogs on Pinterest? By the way, I strongly suggest bloggers should be on Pinterest, especially if it's like a visually appealing product or service. But anyways, so you should absolutely be tracking your data from everything that you're posting, right? So like if you're sending emails, you should be tracking your email rates, your open rates. Are those people like, are they actually taking action on where you're sending them to, whether it's to buy a course or a product or a service? um so email, your social media, your long form content, like if it's a blog, podcast, YouTube and stuff like that, you need to be tracking all of these things. They're going to be super, super important for you to be able to understand what is my target audience interested in, and what it is that makes you different is like a really key thing. Because a lot of times, like I worked with a money coach a while ago, and like I think the biggest thing that I wanted her to learn from like looking at the data was basically like, hey, there's a lot of entrepreneurs that follow you and like they are asking questions versus like just regular people who are, working a 9 to 5 job, And so that's the thing I feel like a lot of people are not doing is like they're not tracking and looking at their social media content, what's trending in your niche, like look at that data. Like if you're a health coach and stuff like that, so look at Pinterest and look at what's trending on Pinterest, and then you can use that data to create better content that's going to actually get likes and engagement because it's trending right now. Look at data that of content you've already posted, emails, you know where are people downloading that freebie funnel? Are they downloading that freebie funnel, from like are they downloading it from Pinterest, or are they going from your LinkedIn account and things like that? And then also like what specific content is actually getting viewed the most? I think this is something that so many people are not doing. It like breaks my heart. And this is going to really be able to help you decide on what content to make, um, to explain more, to expand more. How can you differentiate your brand? Like, I think the biggest thing for me is like, I ask my clients who worked with me, I'm like, hey, like, what made you, work with me and stuff? And then they're like, like, the biggest thing that I liked was that you do talk about on threads, like, being Latina and also just like, being minority and things like that. And I think that is so cool because when you ask people, I use that data to help me create better content. So this is what I want you to do. If you could do that this week or today, look at your emails, look at your social media, look at your website traffic, and identify, or if you're running ads, by the way, if you're running ads, you should also be tracking your data, absolutely, because even if people didn't buy your product or service, how many people followed you from your ad? I'm willing to bet a few people probably followed you. So follow up with them in the DMs. Look at those people that followed you from your ad and things like that. Like, can you message them, what are they struggling with and how can you help them with whatever your product or service is? So again, I think this is just like a really good reminder for every brand out there. But if you have any questions and you want to get more support, I'll leave all the links below. And thank you so much for listening.